What's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of Season 3 of the Liverpool Career Mode. And in today's press conference, we have two agenda items. I want to first talk about the transfers that we will make in the remainder of this transfer window, both in terms of bringing into the club as well as departing the club. And next, I want to talk a bit more about the training that I do plan on doing in this season. First up, of course, is the transfers, and we have yet to sign a world-class center back, and we still need to sign a replacement left mid for Jordan Ibe, and we have a lot of players that we still need to sell. We have Cáceres, Luis Alberto, Faguli, and Skirtle that we still need to offload from this team. And once all those players do sell, I think we can get a good amount of cash for all of those players and hopefully get some suitable replacements for that center back and left mid option. And I did discuss the center back options that we do plan on picking up in the last episode, but in terms of left mids or left wingers, we do have a few players on our short list, those players being Yannick Balazi, Mislav Orsic, Damari Gray, and Herving Lozano. I don't have a preference right now, and I have no idea how much they're going to cost us, so we're going to have to investigate a bit further. I do want to talk a little bit about some of the transfers that have been going on. I've received some comments saying I should try to recreate the Messi, Suarez, Neymar connection and sell Marco Reus, and I have no intention of doing that. He was our first major transfer into the team. He's been playing relatively well season after season, and I'm not looking to replicate Barcelona's play style. I'm happy with what we have currently at Liverpool, and I mean, it's working for us in the Premier League, so I don't see a reason to change it. Now, in terms of trainings, there's obviously several different directions that we can take, but the direction I want to take in this season is training up players that get consistent play time, whether that be first team players or substitutes that are still relatively young. And those players are mainly going to consist of Karius, Emre Can, as well as Jimenez. That's going to be all the questions I do plan on answering in today's press conference. And if you'd like your question answered in future press conferences, make sure you drop that in the comments section below. And if you'd like to interact with me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, you can find those links in the description down below. As I mentioned in the press conference, we will look to wrap up the transfer window in today's episode, starting things off with a home match against Sunderland, and then midweek we have our first fixture in the Capital One Cup. I'm actually going to simulate this one against Coventry City, who are definitely a few leagues under us, so we should be able to pick up the win relatively easily, and then we'll end off the episode in terms of gameplay against Cardiff City, and then make a couple of transfers here, likely on deadline day, which is when a lot of the transfer action does happen, and that's the reason I do plan on only playing 2 games in today's episode. Since I've forgotten to send them out in the last couple of episodes, we will be dispersing our Youth Academy scouts, one of which right now, we're going to send Bath over to his native country in England for 3 months, looking for a physically strong player. Here's the starting 11 that we've chosen for our first match of the episode against Sunderland. As you can see, I've decided to give Nicolas Sula the nod to start at the right center back position. He's in good form, and he's now equal on rating with Matip, and he's also a lot younger, so I feel like he's now replaced Matip as our first team player, but we do plan on signing a more experienced center back, so I don't know how long that's going to last. Here is that Sunderland lineup, and I know there's a bit of speculation going on for their center back, Shawcross. He might be leaving the club, and hopefully that does impact his performance today. Unfortunately, they're wearing those green kits. Not a big fan of those Sunderland away kits, but their home kits clash too much with our Liverpool red kits. There's Emre Can on the ball, looking to find Suarez, who's going to lay this pass off to Coutinho, now heading it on. It's going to be Emre Can picking it up once again. He's got to find options around him. We'll lay it off to Krychowiak. We got Marco Reus here on the left. He's going to do that fake shot, now spinning inside with the Burb spin. He is taken down inside the box, but it was a clean tackle, and Sunderland get away with it. This is not good. One of our center backs have come off, and this has left us susceptible to the counterattack. Luckily, Barini, the former Liverpool player, does put it wide. Here's a look at the substitution. Jimenez did come off the field, so we will be taking him off for Matip. Not a bad substitution to make. It looks like Matip ended up getting playing time after all. Here's Lenz on the ball for Sunderland, playing it inside to Van Aanholt, going all the way up the pitch, but Karius with the safe hands and looking to start the counterattack for us. Coutinho finding Suarez, who's going to play it through, and now it's Emre Can going up the pitch. He has options inside. He also has the option to drop this one back to Messi. Instead, he's going to take on the defense, finds Lionel Messi, going with the long-range finesse shot, and that one was a pretty good effort. We win ourselves a corner. It's a late corner kick for us, and we might be able to get that chance just before the halftime whistle. It's a free header, and unfortunately, it was not on target, and Sunderland able to clear it away. Looks like we're going to go into the halftime break scoreless, and that's a bit unfortunate because we created chances in that first half. Here's a look at the halftime statistics. We didn't end up getting too many shots, but Sunderland got 0 shots, and we are winning in the possession. So we're going to look to be a bit more clinical here in the second half. That was a problem in the last episode. We just couldn't put our chances away, and we're going to look to change that starting in this match. It's a free kick for Sunderland from a decent position. They're going to get a couple men on the ball, going to do the layoff pass, and we're going to try to get in front of it. That shot was a decent one. Karius had to make the glove save. There's Rodwell on the ball, getting through our defense here, and that shot, luckily, it was not on target. We can't be letting Rodwell get through like that, because Sunderland haven't gotten very many chances this game, and that just sums up how it would happen. They get one or two shots, and one of them goes in. Here's Suarez picking out the run by David Alaba, who's somehow all the way up this pitch. He's looking to find Suarez, who might steal this one away, but instead it's cleared out. And we're going to hang on to possession, though. And now Nathaniel Klein making a really good run on that right side, hanging on to possession as well. We're just going to whip this one in to the far post. And the clearance was made by Matthews. There's Lenz trying to hang on to possession for Sunderland. We need to take this ball away if we do want to get one more chance in this game. Only 2 minutes of extra time added on, but we're going to get the steal here, and maybe we can play the ball around and get a final opportunity. Suarez spotting out the run by Krychowiak, loses the ball, but he still has it now. And playing it through, it's going to be Luis Suarez. Needs to do something for us. And it's tackled once again by Dominguez. I think that's going to be the full-time whistle. It's a 0-0 draw against Sunderland. We just couldn't create too many chances in this game. Sunderland's defense was solid. Our defense was also quite good. But we really should be winning these kind of games at home. Here, look at the statistics. We really didn't do anything in that second half. Still sticking with 2 shots, 0 on target. Sunderland even got more shots than us, ending up with 2 shots and 0 on target. So a boring game, and really a poor game for the fans. We've got an update on the Jimenez injury. He's going to be out for 3 weeks, which is not great, but we do have enough center backs to cover him up. But we do have a transfer offer here for one of our Youth Academy players. It's just going to be a loan deal to Doncaster, and we're going to accept this. We have a match to simulate here against Coventry, and we brought out our second team, which should be able to get the job done against a team whose side isn't that great. Let's be honest, we should be able to pick up this win. And Origi does pick up the first goal in the 11th minute, and hopefully we can tack on a couple of more. They pick up an injury, and Lallana picks up a yellow card. Now moving forward to the second half, we're still at that 1-0 score line, and if we hang on with that, I'll be okay with it, but 2-goal score line would have been even better. Couple of substitutions now being made. We'll see if some of our first team players can secure ourselves another goal, but just a 1-0 result will advance to the next round. Here's our starting lineup for the second match of the episode, and the beauty about having a stacked second team is that your first team can get well rested, and you can see we are on full fitness and stamina across the bar, and that should allow us to pick up this result against Cardiff City. As we take a look at the Cardiff City lineup, I just remembered that it will be a rematch for us against Emerson Hyman. It's good to see him get some first team football at Cardiff City, which isn't exactly what he got at Liverpool, and I'm happy for him. It's important for me that players that we do sell still are happy with their clubs, and it looks like that's the case for Hyman at Cardiff City. From this kind of position, we're just going to let Coutinho take it and try to get a head on the end of it. That's a pretty dangerous position. The keeper coming out, Marshall making the save. Now Klein on the ball. Has options in the middle. We're going to work this round fairly quickly. Krychowiak, somehow he's all the way up the pitch, but he's still on it, and the finesse shot, maybe we should have taken that on the near post because the defender was able to recuperate and make the block. There's David Alaba holding off the defender really well. Now playing the option in the middle, it's James Milner. Finding the option, it's Krychowiak. Now we've got Luis Suarez waiting for the defender to bait him, and now getting inside, trying to cut it in with the Berba spin. The finesse shot, it's deflected again, and offsides for Krychowiak. So unlucky, especially after Krychowiak nearly scored the first goal for us only a few minutes ago. But the pressure is well and truly on against Cardiff City. That's 2 chances in 15 minutes. I think we're going to score a couple of goals in this game. Krychowiak, good steal in the midfield. Now we have Messi, who's looking to take on the Cardiff City defense. Now playing it through to Luis Suarez, who hasn't scored a ton of goals for us this year, but Berba spins inside. Now he's just going to power it with his left foot. And what a shot by Luis Suarez. That's the kind of goal he can score. And even if he doesn't score a lot of goals at the start of the season, that doesn't take away from his ability. He can do that on any single day. Here's Messi taking on the Cardiff City defense. And this is what Messi can do. It really doesn't matter where he plays. He can just run through defenders like it's nobody's business. Now cutting inside, playing off the pass, and now we have options. One more pass to the outside. This is some great play, and that is a beautiful team goal. Lionel Messi started off with some good run, and then he just found a couple of passes. We worked the ball around. Unselfish play. That might have even been a nutmeg at the end, but Milner, with the clinical finish, we're up 2-0. The match facts for us at halftime are definitely in our favor. 5 shots, 5 on target. Only the 2 goals that show for it, but we are hanging on to 60% of the possession. possession, and this first half has pretty much been dictated by us. We could have 3 or 4 goals easily. We're going to try to get those 3 or 4 goals here in the second half. Emerson Hyndman playing off the pass to Valencia, and now to Melli. But Nicolas Sula just trucks him, and suddenly we are on the counterattack. I see Lionel Messi here on the right, but instead it's going to find Philippe Coutinho. He's going to burb spin inside. Now playing off the pass, it's going to be Suarez, and he gets that shot deflected. Unfortunate, he was going to put that away in the top left corner. Whoa, that came out of nowhere. On the volley, the Cardiff City player scores a spectacular goal, and that's Connolly as well. I think that might be a defender of all players to score, but fair play. And I guess they needed a moment of brilliance to get back to this game. That would be considered one. And there is the final whistle. Cardiff City put in a pretty good fight in this match, scoring that 1 goal by Connolly. But we were very clinical on our opportunities. 10 shots, 10 on target, 58% of possession. Those are the kind of stats I'd like to see. It's time for us to send out our final youth scout, and a scout will be sent over to France for 3 months, looking for a physically strong player. In order to pick up Hirving Lozano, we're going to attempt to include Luis Alberto in this swap deal. They have a roughly similar value, $9.5 million for Luis Alberto, $7 million for Hirving Lozano. We'll see whether they will accept this. It looks like we're going to have to offer a little bit more money for Lozano. So on top of Luis Alberto, we will be offering up £2 million on top of that. And I think that's something they're willing to accept. In an attempt to pick up Diego Godin, we're going to try to do a swap deal, including Faguli in this deal and $2 million on top of him. He does have some La Liga experience, so this offer is not too far-fetched. We now have confirmation that Hirving Lozano has had his transfer offer accepted. Now we just have to get through these contract negotiations. 60 grand a week. Gonna give him 4 years and a squad rotational role. Just like that, Hirving Lozano has accepted his contract offer, 4 years, 60 grand a week, and that squad rotational role, and welcome to the club. Well guys, as transfer deadline day does come to a close, we were not able to add that world-class center back in Diego Godin. However, I think Sula has been stepping up lately, and I'm okay with him moving forward at least up till January. We still have several players here on the transfer list that we need to offload. Skirtle, Faguli, and Cáceres being the main ones. Once they do sell, we'll get 20+ million add to our transfer budget and hopefully be able to pick up Diego Godin in January. But we'll take a look at some of the top deals during the summer transfer window. Of course, Lionel Messi to Liverpool was the top deal, 90 million. Looks like Halilovic is on his way to Juventus for 35 million. And Chicharito on his way to Schalke for 28 million. But that'll wrap up transfer deadline day as we go into the international break. Currently in 2nd place for the Premier League, so not doing too bad. And it looks like Chelsea will be a force to be reckoned with this season. But if you guys have enjoyed today's episode of the transfer window, make sure you guys drop a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. And until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.